Hi, I'm Tammy Knight at Region 15, and I want to talk to you for just a minute about ESSA maintenance of effort. MOE, maintenance of effort, is one of the three fiscal requirements under Title I, which include supplement, not supplant, and comparability. All three of these work together to make sure districts are using their federal dollars for the intended audience, for the intended beneficiary. So maintenance of effort requires that districts maintain at least 90% of their state and local money from one year to the next. If you fail to meet MOE, then you'll have a consequence. They will reduce your allocations for the upcoming year by whatever percent you failed. However, under ESSA, there is a rule that allows you to fail one time every 5 years. So you kind of get a get out of jail free card one time every 5 years. Also, if you fail, you are able to apply for a waiver from USDE if you have experienced one of these two situations. The first one is an exceptional or uncontrollable circumstance, such as a natural disaster or change in organizational structure, or you had a precipitous decline in financial resources. I don't know about you, but I can think of a couple of reasons in the last couple of years that you might have reduced your state and local money. If you had to use ESSER, for example, if you had to supplant your ESSER money, you may be in trouble for MOE. So if you fail and you don't want to use your get out of jail free card, you can apply for a waiver, and hopefully USDE would be merciful on that. All right. So there are 4 MOE tests. I'm not going to read these to you, but you have to pass at least one of these 4 tests in order to be compliant. Most of the time, our districts pass all 4 tests, and that's great. But if the bottom floor is you have to pass at least one of these 4 tests. And I have a handout that I will link in the description below that has a little bit more information on what PEMS reports you can generate to find these numbers. You are only looking at these function codes when you're pulling your report. So you can pause the screen and take a look at that. So what consequences are they? I already told you that you're going to have a reduction in your allocation. These are the covered programs that would have their allocations reduced by the exact proportion by which you failed. So let's say you failed by 5%. All of these programs, if you receive them, are going to be reduced by 5% in the upcoming school year if you don't use your get out of jail free card or apply for and receive a waiver from USDE. This is an example of a district that failed in fiscal year 22 and they failed in fiscal year 2019. So they've already used their get out of jail free card here. So they failed more than one time in the 5 preceding in a 5-year period. So they are going to have a reduction in their fiscal year 23, which would be the next year, by the exact proportion by which they failed. And in the following year for MOE, they're going to compare fiscal year 23 to fiscal year 21. We're skipping 22 because it was non-compliant. Fiscal year 21 was the most recent year that was compliant. So you may be wondering how your district did in MOE. You can find your report if you log into your Teal account and go into GFFC reports and look for the ESSA LEA MOE report. And I'll show you that in just a second. TEA has a calculation tool that you can use. We'll pull that up in just a second. And I'm going to encourage you to compare the most recent MOE report to your current year and compare current year MOE to the future. Look in your crystal ball and see if next year's budget is going to be compliant. That way you can see before you close your books for the 21-22 school year, you can find out if you are in trouble for MOE. If you are in trouble, maybe there are a few expenditures that you could recode, move around a little bit to get yourself out of trouble. And we encourage you to look into the future to make sure at the end of the year that the budget that you have created for next year is going to be compliant. So these are the people at Region 15 who can help you. Mercedes, Martha, and I look at things from the programmatic perspective, and Henry looks at things from the fiscal or financial perspective. So if you find that you're in a bind, maybe Henry will be able to figure out a way to help you get out of that bind. I'm going to pop on over to GFFC reports. I have already logged. Well, let me just start over. I'm going to log into, this is my Teal account. and I'm going to go down to GFFC reports and log in. I'm going to log in from the ESSA view. And I'm just going to select a district. From the report title, I'm going to choose ESSA LEA MOE report. And the school year, the most recent school year is the 2021. That is the most recent complete year that TEA has to compare. You can see here that they posted this report in March of 2022. So in March, the 21-22 school year hadn't closed yet. So the most recent complete year is 2021. So I have another district that I've redacted their name and district number here, and this is what a report looks like. They were comparing the 1920 to 2021 school year, and this particular district passed all 4 tests. So that's great. So there's the Excel sheet that TEA provides, looks like this. And so you're going to take the numbers in the far right corner, the most current year, and you're going to copy those numbers and type them over here into the left side of the Excel sheet, and then compare to either your current year budget or your next year budget, depending on which one you're looking at. And it has some formulas in here that will automatically tell you whether you are within the 90% compliance. All right, that's all I have for you. If you have any questions, we're here to help you, and we're eager to help you. So just let us know. You guys have a happy day.